very warm welcome into the National Basketball Performance Centre for the Basketball England playoff weekend. Darren Paul and Will Reid, and we're going to bring you a lot of the pre-game action ahead of all of the games this weekend. 5 games. We start with today's men's Division 3 playoff final. It is the Milton Keynes Breakers taking on the UEL London Lions. Will, it's a pretty big matchup for both sides. Just talk us through your early thoughts on this game.
Yeah, so I mean, I was speaking to the coaches before, and I know about Milton Keynes because they played our second team throughout the year at Northampton Titans. So I expect to see a good matchup between the two. I'm leaning towards looking at Milton Keynes as the winners, but I think it's a strong UEL side, a young athletic side. So just looking at a few of the UEL players, Travis Edwards averaging 22 points for the season, coming out of Bradford Dragons, and Mayasko also played in Italy C. So they've got some strong players within the UEL team. Yeah,
both sides they've been number one in their conferences. Let's start with the Milton Keynes Breakers, 18-0, a perfect domestic wall. D3 season, shall we say, first in the East. They won every game with a points average of 47. That goes some way to show their dominance in the East. Coached, of course, by Coach of the Year Billy Beddoe and Player of the Year Jordan Spencer. And I mean, he's a player that needs no introduction. Scorer, assist, great BBL career, great NCAA Division 2 career, and now doing it in D3 for the Breakers. Just talk to us about their strengths.
I mean, so Jordan's average in the playoffs is average 24.6 points per game, 12 assists a game with 24 points means that he is probably the go-to guy in the Milton Keynes time. He's obviously an ex-BBL player, he's a professional basketball player. He's going to be the difference, I think, between MK running away with this. If they can stop Jordan at UEL, they may be able to get something out of this game. But right now, stop Jordan, and that's their main issue.
So we, as you alluded to, you caught up with both coaches pre-game. We're going to hear from them right now. First off, we're going to hear from Milton Keynes, Billy Beddoe.
Thanks very much. So we're here with Billy Beddoe from the Milton Keynes Breakers. Billy, your season so far has been a trend-setting one, undefeated, had a long cup run as well. So I just want to know how you're feeling today and what's your game plan going forward?
Yeah, we're feeling good. We're really confident. We're really up for the day and the occasion. We've got a lot of supporters from the club here, which, like, first year of the men's team, like you said, it's been magic. Like, it's been really cool. The cup run was something special. We then secured promotion, and now kind of the last piece of the puzzle is today. So, yeah, we need to get the job done. I think the guys are up for doing that as well. We're in good spirits. We're playing a young UEL team, but they'll be organised. Like, they're a uni team. It's a nice resource for them being able to train every day at UEL. So we're expecting a disciplined team. We're expecting to have to kind of earn the game from them as it goes.
Thank you very much, Billy. It's been a great seeing the progression this season, and good luck for today.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
So I'm here with Roberto Flores of the UEL Lions. Roberto, I was speaking to Flo before the game, and he was just saying that you guys, it's going to be key for you guys to get out in transition and run and play some strong defense. How are you feeling about today and a challenge like the MK Breakers? How are you feeling today?
We both know that we were not probably supposed to be here. We are seed number 7. If you look at the other finalists, they're like seed number 2 and 3. We had a good run. We are facing the best team in D3. They are probably D2, D1 team, that type of level. So we are happy to be here. We know what we have to do, and we accept the challenge.
So within accepting that challenge, what would you say is the one thing that you guys are going to try and key into to help you succeed today?
As you said, definitely transition defense will be the key. They love to run. They have probably one of the best transition offense in all the nation, D1, D2 level. And yeah, we have to be very precise and composed with our principles. And we are here for, surprise someone, definitely.
Okay. Thank you. Appreciate your time. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Basketball Performance Centre here in Manchester. Thank you very much, Darren. It is that time again, playoff finals weekend. As you can see, the UEL London Lions being announced to the crowd here in the Northwest. And now we are coming to the Milton Keynes Breakers. John Hobbs alongside Will Reid. Will, welcome. It's going to be a fantastic weekend of basketball here in the Northwest, and it all starts with an intriguing Division 3 matchup. The unbeaten Milton Keynes Breakers against, you could say, the underdog of the playoffs, as to what Roberto Flores has been saying all week, the UEL London Lions.
Yeah, I mean, I'm optimistic for the London Lions. I believe that they can cause some problems throughout this game for MK. I think the key thing here for the UEL is how well their bench responds. If they've got strong depth within the UEL side, I think that could cause some problems for Milton Keynes. But I expect to see Milton Keynes do what they've done all season, and that's dominate. So it'll be interesting. I'm quietly optimistic for this game to be a close game.
Absolutely. Starting with the team sheets for this game, we'll go with the Milton Keynes Breakers, who are the designated home team for today's game, and it's a cluster of ex-BBL talent, NBL Division 1 talent, of course led by former London Lion Jordan Spencer and former Thames Valley Cavaliers star Blaine Freckleton.
Yeah, I mean, you've got Blaine and you've got Jordan, who are, as you say, ex-BBL Division 1 players, thoroughbreds. They're top players. But it's also, you've got Dante Longley as well, who's averaging 25 points per game during the playoffs. He's going to be a great asset for the offense of Milton Keynes. And also, let's not forget about the coach that they've got there with Billy Beddoes Patel. He is a fantastic coach. I've been watching Billy progress over the last few years, and he's got a strong unit, but it's just that it's down to coaching as well. He runs some really nice sets offensively. He's got them organised defensively. So Milton Keynes are a strong outfit, and I expect to see them in D1 in a couple of years.
And moving to the University of East London, the pride of East London, UEL London Lions. A lot of local talent from the capital there, coached by Roberto Foyes. And it's a very dogged team, very physical team. They like to get out, run in transition, start off quickly. They'll need to do that here today. For
sure. If they can get out in transition and they can disrupt the offense, they're in for a winner. You've got players like Mohammed, who's averaging 15, 5 and 7. You've got Michael Wolf averaging 15 and 8. He's come from North Carolina Central, so he's got some American experience. And also they've got an American as well, who's played throughout North Carolina. So, and then Bilal Dinago's also played. He's at Barking Abbey. He's in a Barking Abbey prospect. He's a decent player as well. So UEL got some nice players in their starting lineup. It'll be interesting to see how they get on going through the rest of the game.
Absolutely. So welcome everyone to the Basketball England YouTube channel. It is playoff finals weekend here in Manchester. 5 games over 2 days. The best of British basketball. If you haven't got your tickets yet, it's not too late to come down, join the fun here either today or tomorrow. Get your tickets. Follow the NBL England YouTube channel, the Basketball England YouTube channel, or NBL England on social media for all the ticket links, and get down here today. It's going to be a fantastic weekend of British basketball action. And of course, today's first game between Milton Keynes Breakers and UEL London Lions actually features the 2 coaches of the year for their respective regions and players of the year. Billy Beddoes Patel, the East Coach of the Year, and Roberto Foyes, the London Coach of the Year, and Travis Edwards, the Player of the Year, and Jordan Spencer, the Player of the Year in the East region. Both players will be starting as well in this final. Blaine Freckleton, Dante Langley, Luke Gregory, Mike New Jr. and Jordan Spencer will be starting for the unbeaten Breakers, 18-0 this season. Their only defeat came in the National Cup, but domestically in Division 3, unbeaten in all comps. UEL London Lions, they'll be starting with Bilal Delgado, Mohammed, Travis Edwards, Owen Young and Mike Wolf. It's going to be an interesting encounter for sure here today. Milton Keynes, as said, got to this stage by beating the 2 Cardiff teams in Division 3, Cardiff City and Cardiff Met Archers. UEL London Lions had a tougher road. They defeated the Teesside Lions in the Northeast a couple of weeks ago and edged the Cobham Cobras in the semi-finals by just 3 points, 71-68. So it's been a tough road for the UEL London Lions, but they've certainly deserved their place here in today's showpiece.
Yeah, the coach touched on it during our interview. He was saying how they were the 7th seed coming into this playoff situation. Beating Teesside, who are a very, very strong side, and also beating Cobham last week was, to me, a surprise, but here they are today, so let's see what happens.
And the Manchester. Delgado being marked by Spencer. Delgado finds a bit of room inside and puts it in. He wanted a foul, but good opening play from Bilal Delgado.
Great patience there from Delgado, great patience.
As said, the Lions like to get out to a fast start. They've had strong first quarters in the majority of their games this season. And they do that through fast transition, inside-outside play. Here is Mohamed. Mohamed blocked by New, but a foul has been called. And Mohamed, who averages 15 points a game, will go to the foul line.
Yeah, great rebound in there. He got position there, and he managed to get the rebound. A little bit of a push, but the referees didn't see it, so it doesn't count.
Mohamed, 15 points in the semi-final win against the Cobham Cobras. And it was interesting. We talk about the fast starts that UEL Lions have had this season, but it was quite the opposite in the semi-finals. They actually trailed 22-12 after the first period and then blitzed Cobham in the second period, 24-8. So they were in a position they weren't really used to, but they pulled through and edged to a three-point win, getting them to this showpiece game. Here is Freckleton for the Breakers. New backing down. Spencer in the corner, a three. And that's in and out. And Wolf gets the rebound. Here is Travis Edwards, the Player of the Year in the London region for Division 3. Delgado dancing with Spencer. Nice ball movement here from the Lions. And Edwards misses the jumper.
Yeah, it's interesting to see the ball movement from Lions is very, very good. Good steps, unlucky.
And that was Luke Gregory, a hometown Milton Keynes player, who actually came to the club from the Coventry Flames, averaged 18 points, 14 rebounds last season for the Flames, and a foul again called.
Needless, that foul there, didn't need to. He was going nowhere. Play up, play defense, use the baseline as a defender, but a soft foul there, soft.
Coach Bedell saying that he expects London to be incredibly physical today. Maybe some banter in there as well, but for his players to just stay calm, stay professional, and look to get the job done as Mike New gets the Breakers off the mark inside.
That's the thing with this Milton Keynes team. We spoke about Jordan, we spoke about Blaine, but they've got so many options in this starting five that can go and get you a bucket. It's going to be very hard for UEL to keep 24 seconds of concentration every single time down the floor.
Here is Goofus going inside, goes Glass, or Owen Young, excuse me. Owen Young with his first field goal of this game.
Again, there was another soft foul that wasn't needed. He was going for the steal. Just play defense, stay in front of your man, and play him upright. You don't need those little trying to sneaky ones this early on.
Well, Coach Foyes will be more than happy with the Lions' start right now. 5-2 ahead, nearly 3 minutes played in the first. New pulls up, partially blocked from Mohamed, but a foul has been called. That did look like all ball, but Mohamed called for the foul. That'll be his first.
I think that one there is more his landing space. He didn't give him any room to land, so where he's gone up for his shot, he's gone underneath him, and that's where the foul's been called there. There was no contact on the shot, but it was underneath. It was the underneath there. Mike
New Jr. to the line, and of course a lot of people will know Mike New Jr., another ex-BBL player, played for the Worcester Wolves, and if you follow the British Basketball League or British basketball, you will know Mike New Sr., of course, played for the Milton Keynes Lions. Moved here from Canada and has stayed here in Milton Keynes ever since. Here is Young. Young, nice turn of direction, but misses the ball, and here comes Freckleton for the Breakers. Freckleton thought about the three, instead goes inside. Beautiful move, and the finish by Langley.
Yeah, see there, that's a great example of finding the right shot, not your shot.
And the Breakers take their first lead of the game with 7 minutes to play in the first. Here is Spencer. Of course, Jordan Spencer, probably the most familiar name here today. Freckleton, a three at the top, gets it to go.
That's automatic. Playing at the top of the key is automatic there. Such a really good shooter playing Freckleton.
Here is Edwards. Finds Young. Straight away, a catch and shoot. And he answers back.
Okay.
And talks a bit to Blaine Freckleton as he gets it to go.
Okay. I like what I'm seeing.
Fast start from both teams so far. Both teams really going at each other, exactly what we want to see.
Great
Langley,
find.
a three. Gregory and Mohammed fighting for it. Mohammed comes up with the loose ball. And here is Delgado, who all season long has been a really smart point guard, creating chances for other players, and inside on the second attempt was Delgado.
Delgado just seems really calm. He seems at home on the court at the moment. He's going to be the leader, I think, for this UEL team today, just from his presence and the way he plays the game.
Gregory misses the hook shot. Here is New, a three. That's off the back iron. Roberto Foy saying that Delgado is pretty much exactly what you said, Will. A very smart, calm, composed point guard. Exactly what this team needs on the court, especially if things don't go their way. Here is Young. Nearly slipped there, but found Wolf. Wolf goes inside. Wolf goes glass, too strong. Spencer pushing it for the Breakers. Spencer going inside.
Yeah.
And a travel has been called.
The ball got caught on his hip as he tried to go through, and it was either a carry or a travel.
We'll see the replay of Spencer here going at two UEL players.
See there, just at the start, he catches the ball on his hip, and that's what they're calling.
Delgado. Spencer really playing him physically. Mohammed going through the legs, but loses the ball. Freckleton sees a bit of daylight inside, but another travel has been called.
Interesting call, that
I think
one for me.
A few Milton Keynes fans wanted a foul.
That's an interesting one for me, that one. I think the ball got knocked out of his hands, so to call a travel there was a bit interesting.
Blaine Freckleton, a veteran of this game, not contesting the call, and here come the Lions with Mohammed. Here is Edwards.
Milton Keynes' denial of the pick and roll is really good at the moment. It's making them make decisions.
Edwards misses on the shot attempt and misses the second attempt as the player of the year still yet to get off the mark. Spencer in a precarious position against Young. Kicks it out to Freckleton. 9 to shoot for the Breakers. Langley for three. That misses everything. And Delgado says thank you very much. 9 to 10 in favour of the Lions. Delgado driving at Spencer. Mohammed going inside, blocked by New. Shot clock down to 7. And off the back iron. But they get an extra pass and the easy finish for Wolf.
That all comes from Delgado. His hustle on the offensive boards, everything there that happened good happened through Delgado. I'm really impressed. In the first 6.5 minutes of this game, Delgado's really stood out for me for UEL.
And you say about that, as we were saying, just as play was going on, Delgado, Coach Foy saying that Delgado is a point guard you like to have on the floor when things are not going your way or when there's a lot of pressure on you. And so far, it's in the early stages, he's really showing his worth. Right now has 4 points. And as you say, is the instigator of a lot of the Lions' offense. But right now for the Breakers, trying to get a lot of their points in transition at the moment. And it's been a very choppy start from them so far.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen this a couple of times with Milton Keynes when I've watched some of their games this season. They tend to start slow. They're trying to figure out who they're playing against. And then they kind of step things up second quarter, third quarter. So it'll be interesting to see now in this timeout where Billy builds up a play and see what they do with that and see if they can come out and get a run going. But if UEL continue the way they're going, and they're disruptive on the defensive end, so they're making Milton Keynes make decisions they generally might not make sometimes. So it's interesting so far. I'm quietly, pleasantly surprised and happy.
So as you see the replay, just a few highlights of the play so far. 3 games today. This is the first of 3, as this is the NBL Division 3 final, of course. Following this will be the WNBL Division 2 final between the Sheffield Hatters 2 and the City of Birmingham Rockets. And then the City of Birmingham Rockets men will take to the floor at 6 o'clock as they take on the St Helens Saints. Join us for all 3 games here on the Basketball England YouTube channel. Thank you so very much for being part of us here at the National Basketball Performance Centre in Manchester for what should be a thrilling weekend of top British basketball action. And New with a short jumper is short. Gregory gets the rebound and Freckleton will reset. 8 to shoot. Freckleton on the catch and shoot, and that's short, and Mohammed with the rebound.
Well, we said about Delgado, and Delgado's gone to sit on the bench now. We've got a new point guard in here.
Darnell Sharp-Kelly into the game for the first time. And a turnover there as Tucker with the, it was Tucker with the turnover there. And here is Freckleton.
See, that turnover there is overthinking.
Nice pass. Langley missed the layup, gets it at the second attempt.
Yeah, as I was saying, that turnover there for the UEL, that was overthinking it. You had the open shot and you tried to find an even better shot. Take your shot, trust in your shot and take it. But great offensive rebound again there for Milton Keynes.
Naike Tucker into the game for the first time for the Lions. And that's a wild pass from Darnell Sharp-Kelly, and that'll be a backcourt violation. Milton Keynes will get the ball.
Again, come into the game cold, and again, another player overthinking their shot. I just looked at the UEL bench just then, and they were all looking at him saying, shoot the ball. Don't drive, shoot. Trust in your shot.
New for 3. Gets it to go. Mike New from downtown. And that is Milton Keynes' second 3 of the day. 2 of 8 from downtown. Edwards. Sharp-Kelly with all the time in the world misses the 3. And Spencer blocking foul called, and that'll be on Sharp-Kelly. That'll be his first foul.
That's just a vet move there. He felt him coming across, hustling back on defense, and just gave him a little bump, blocking foul straight away. Real veteran move there from Spence.
Mike Wolf checks back into the game, and Chris Koufos comes into the game for the first time for the Lions. And the 2 players of the year right there in your screen. It's Jordan Spencer, sorry. As Langley with the short 2 is good. Too many players of the year to think of in Div 3. all incredibly deserving of the award though, for sure.
Well, there is about 19 conferences in Div 3.
All for the growth of the sport of basketball.
That's a great finish.
Great finish there from Gregory, and a timeout has been called by Coach Boys, and the Breakers take a 6-point lead with 1:13 remaining.
That's what I said. So that was, as a big man watching Gregory make that finish there, I really enjoyed watching that. But as I said, Billy took the timeout. He reorganised them, he regrouped them, he got them to calm down a little bit, said, look, we've been here before, we know about this. All of you are experienced players. Go out there and show me a couple of nice little sets, little runs. Let's get some easy buckets. Let's make it simple for ourselves. And that's what they've done. I think now you're going to see UEL bring back in Delgado. I think he's going to have to play the rest of the game. I can't see another point guard running the show for UEL the way he does. Absolutely. So I think he'll be back in the game very, very soon.
So as we got this brief break in play, just go over the players of the year. Of course, we spoke about Jordan Spencer, Billy Bedell, the the coach and player of the year for Div 3 East, both of the Breakers, Travis Edwards and Roberto Foyes, the London players of the year in Div 3. But for the Midlands, of course, David Oputa for the Loughborough Riders 2, Carl Henderson for the Derby Trailblazers 2, getting the Midlands player and coach of the year respectively. Of course, you are from the Midlands, you live in the Midlands, deserved award winners there.
Yeah, I mean, I know David through social media, so I'm really happy to see these progressed at Loughborough, and he's got that player of the year this year. So I'm really, really proud of David for that.
And in the north, Luke Mitchell getting player of the year in the north, and Oliver Highlands, a veteran of the game up north, most predominantly with the Leeds Carnegie team, getting coach of the year for the Teesside Lions. In the northwest, David Azzacott for Myerscough and Nathan Dakin for Tameside getting player and coach of the year. And in the south, John Stewart of the Cobham Cobras and Lewis Gabriel of the Cobham Cobras getting player and coach respectively. And then in the southwest, Dan Flaherty of the Cardiff Met Archers getting player of the year, and Daniel Fatamidi of Portsmouth getting the coach of the year. Congratulations to all of those players and coaches for their much deserved awards on a very hard earned season in Division 3. Final 45 seconds of the first quarter to go, and a foul is called, and Iban Effa will go to the line for the Breakers. First foul on Gufos.
Yeah, that's, again, it's offensive rebounds. It's not boxing out. It's the simple things that are letting down UEL there. They didn't box out. They've got a big unit in the middle there for Milton Keynes to deal with. He's got long arms, athletic. If you don't box him out, he's going to grab those offensive rebounds, and you're going to pick up those ticky-tacker fouls.
Iban Effa, not one of the better free-throw shooters in Division 3, makes the first after he had to retake his first foul shot. And splits the free throws, and away come the Lions. Strong to the hoop, beautifully done from Sharp Kelly. That's his first field goal of the day.
See, the thing there, he made that layup and he started talking straight away, and all Jordan did there was smile.
Pretty much after every Lions bucket, they have been letting the Breakers players know about it. 7 on the shot clock. New from the wing, rattles one in.
Unselfish play there from Blaine, unselfish.
Final seconds of this first period. Here is Edwards. Got to put up something here, and I don't think he realised that the shot clock was expiring, and that's at the end of the first quarter, and the Milton Keynes Breakers take a 22-17 lead over the UEL London Lions. Mike New Jr. leading the way with 10 points for the Breakers. Owen Young with 5 points for the Lions. But a good start from the Lions, just faded a little bit as after the first time out, Milton Keynes really came into their own.
Yeah, I think I was thinking about this before the game, and I was wondering what UEL's bench was going to bring to them. And I think bringing Delgado out unsettled them a little bit. That assurance at point guard, speaking myself personally, when you've got an assured point guard that knows how to look after the ball, you feel a bit more confident in your own game. So bringing him out of the game, I think disrupted them a little bit. But Milton Keynes, I mean, you've got the 4 go-to players, but they're looking with Billy at the helm, directing them and making sure that they keep on track is the key there. And that timeout allowed them to just take a breath, say, we're Milton Keynes Breakers, we're undefeated, let's go and show our basketball. And
absolutely. Well, out of the 18 wins they've had this season, 11 of them, they have scored 100 points or more. Just showcases the level of talent that the Milton Keynes Breakers actually have on their roster. And of course, 2 of those victories, their biggest victories of the season, unfortunately, Will, as a Northampton guy, came against the Titans' second team. It just showcases the level of talent, though, that Milton Keynes have, and I'm so sorry that I had to point that out to you.
Yeah, thanks, appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, our second team is a lot of young guys and a lot of under 18s in the team. So it was an experience for them to play against such talent. So Milton Keynes, they were professional, they did their job, and they kept it moving. So yeah, less said the better.
Second quarter about to begin here at the National Basketball Performance Centre in Manchester. Thank you for joining us on the Basketball England YouTube channel. John Hobbs, Will Reid, keeping you company here today. And inside was Iban Efer, and the ball goes out of bounds. Milton Keynes will keep the ball.
Yeah, Milton Keynes, they love a nice post-entry pass. And as a big, I'm enjoying watching their principles on offense. They like a post-entry, and they kind of work off of that if it gets into a broken down play.
Freckleton a three, that's short. Iban Efer gets it out of foul.
Got to box out. They have to box out. If UEL don't box out, it's going to get really, really, really long.
Absolutely, and Iban Efer has about 4 or 5 inches in height on the 2 UEL London Lions players he was attacking the ball after from the rebound. And Efer going to the foul line. He has now 3 points. And slowly but surely the Breakers now into a 7-point lead early stages. And a turnover there, a bit of breakdown in communication, but Lions get the ball back. Mohammed a three. And that's off the backboard. And ball goes out of bounds. Breakers will get the ball back. You can see though that the play is starting to get just a little bit scrappy and very physical and almost the hard-nosed sort of basketball that you like to see from a London team, because no one does it better than teams from the boroughs of London.
Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, being in the south this year was interesting to see. They're very physical, which for me is great. But London is notorious for being known as a tough, hard-nosed, physical team.
Of course, one of the assistant coaches for the UEL London Lions is the infamous Flo Larkeye, who was a very physical forward in his day. And inside, Langley with the hammer.
Yeah, that's the thing here. If UEL don't get a grip on this game very, very soon, the game's going to get away from them, and there's no way back, especially against this sort of team.
Delgado looking for options, finds it in Edwards. Sharp Kelly driving at Freckleton, shot clock winding down, and a foul has been called.
That pass should have come way earlier than that. It was wide open. That pass should have come a couple of seconds before.
As we see the replay of Dante Langley going up the elevator. The hammer from Langley, and he now moves on to 6 points. And William Ayodele comes into the game for the first time for the Lions, and Ayodele, who actually started the season really well, actually had 19 points in their opening day win against the Barking Abbey London Lions third team, as Young puts in a three for the Lions.
Really impressed with his shooting so far. He doesn't care if there's a defender around him. All he cares about is the bucket, and that was a really nice shot. Great form as well.
Freckleton for a short two is good. That was Owen Young's second three of the day.
Speaking of nice form.
Now 2 of 3 from the field. And Freckleton moves on to 5 points for the Breakers. Here is Ayodele. Long two is off there from Wolf, and here comes Spencer. Spencer, the quick change of direction. Here is Langley going inside, just a bit strong, and Wolf comes with the rebound. Ball being battered around all over the place, and ball goes out of bounds, or in fact, foul on the floor has been called.
Interesting one, that
And
again.
it's on Luke Gregory. That'll be his first foul.
But again, there was a poor decision made. Owen was wide open. Give it back. Feed the guy. Feed him. He's hit 2. Get him hit another one.
Mohammed driving at Langley, and Mohammed will go to the foul line. been really impressed with Mohamed so far. Only has 1 point, granted, but has really contributed in other aspects of the game. Something you don't necessarily see in the stats. It's something that every coach loves.
Yeah, I mean, there's a guy at Manchester that I played against last year, Bailey. He's very, very similar. He does all of the dirty work, all of the stuff that no one else wants to do, and he makes the team tick over. So it's nice to see. It's refreshing to see that there's guys that can kind of just do what they know how to do and make it a positive for their team.
Speaking of Bailey Goodall, the player who, as you say, has a strong defensive presence and is pretty much always there, even when you least expect it. Here is Freckleton for the Breakers. Ayodele really having some strong words for the referee there, as he thought he was on course for a sharp transition bucket, but referee was in the way. There's nothing really the official could do about it.
I mean, I saw it there. Mohamed did the right thing, and he just said to his teammate, said, listen, we might need these refs a bit later in this game, calm down. So he got him to just relax and go again. It's the next play. It's always the next play.
London ballers always wear their heart on their sleeve. There's no doubt about that. Great
entry pass.
Gregory inside, gets it to go. Off the feed from William Isakia. As Spencer grabs the rebound. Here is Langley. Langley dumps it off to Gregory, going inside and one. Luke Gregory really having his way under the basket. And the Breakers have now raced out to a 32-20 lead. That's 2 fouls on Wolf. And a timeout has been called by Roberto Foyce.
Yeah, I mean, Milton Keynes are getting out in transition. They're looking at the first option. First option's not there. They're bringing the ball back and they're looking for a post entry. And I'll be honest, the Lions have no answer for inside at the moment. Gregory is having a field day. He might mess around and get the MVP on this traction. He's rebounding and offensive rebounds, defensive rebounds, getting the and one just there. Unless they find an answer for him, and he's their last option on offense for Milton Keynes, so they don't find an answer for him for UEL. It's going to be a very, very long day the rest of this game.
So this is game 1 of 3 here today at the National Basketball Performance Centre in Manchester. Tipping off at 3:30 is the WNBL Division 2 final between the Sheffield Hatters 2 and the City of Birmingham Rockets. A chance for the Hatters to retain their playoff title that they won last season against the Manchester Mystics. I'll be joined by Caroline Bullock for that one, and then you'll be returning for the Division 2 final between the City of Birmingham Rockets and the St Helens Saints. What a game that promises to be later on.
I cannot wait to watch that. I cannot wait. I'm really looking forward to it. I watched the St Helens London game on the live stream. I went to the COB quarterfinal against Greenwich. I really can't wait for that game. I think people are going to be surprised by the quality that game provides.
And a really intriguing contest in the WNBL Division 2 final between the Hatters and the Rockets. Of course, the Hatters led by Lisa Riches, Steph Gandy and Sarah Cooney, who were at the heart of everything last season as well, against a very strong Birmingham Rockets side led by former Worcester coach Ryan Emery. As we near the halfway point of this second period here, UEL London Lions down by 13. Edwards. Here is Kufos. The floater is good. That's beautifully done from Chris Kufos. Great composure getting to the basket. New inside to Spencer, looking for options. Finds it in Langley. Langley drives to the hoop. And Spencer picks it up. Back to New. New on the turnaround jumper, and that falls.
The work has to be done before they get the pass into the post. If they don't do the work first, it's just going to be automatic.
Mohamed looking for options.
Good pass.
And unlucky there from Owen Young. It was a great cut to the basket. Good find from Mohamed, but Young just couldn't hold on to it.
Yeah, I like that. Big little action there. I like that. That was a nice little action there. They might like to look at that again coming down later in this game.
Here is Asikia to New Junior. Spencer at the wing. Almost ran the same play as they did before, but Mike New was cutting to the basket, but just ran out of room, and UEL London Lions get the ball. Here is Delgado. Edwards, still only on 3 points so far. Mohamed driving baseline. And again, Mohamed will go to the foul line. Still hasn't registered a field goal so far, 1 for 4 from the foul line, but has picked up 4 rebounds and got 1 steal. It's been a really impressive performance if you take away his field goal percentage right now, which is at 0%.
Yeah. I was just looking at the interaction there between Mike New Jr. And Jordan Spencer, and the thing they're annoyed about wasn't the foul. They were annoyed that the switch at the top came a bit too late. So that kind of put you in the mentality of which Milton Keynes bring into this game.
Of course, a number of Milton Keynes Breakers players hailing from Milton Keynes, returning to their home club to play in Division 3 and be part of this new transition phase where the Breakers have high hopes of getting into NBL Division 1. They certainly have the team that can compete. They, of course, made a huge run in the National Cup this season. Spencer pulls up for 2, gets his own rebound. And Freckleton blocked, 9 on the shot clock. New Junior turnaround jumper, and that's money.
It's just auto. As soon as he gets it in that low post, there's not much these UEL guys can do. They need to do the work before and get him out of that post.
14 points now for New Junior, leading all scorers. Delgado nearly travelled with it there, but keeps the dribble alive. Here is Edwards, finds a bit of room inside. Beautifully done from Travis Edwards. He now moves on to 5.
And that all comes from Mohamed. As a big, seeing him seal off his man, opening that lane up, was beautiful to see.
Sikia for 3. That's off left. New Junior. Freckleton on the catch and shoot, splash!
You have to get out to Blaine. You can't leave him that much space and time. It's auto.
Delgado. Gufos for 3 in the corner is long. Mohamed and Asikia were fighting for it. I think that will stay with the Lions.
Mohamed does not give up on anything. He fights for every last bit of this court, which is great to see. So much energy, passion coming from Mohamed today. Nyeke
Tucker back into the game for the Lions. Here is Edwards. Tucker setting the screen, but Edwards doesn't want it. Delgado. Final seconds of the shot clock, blocked by Spencer. And the Breakers come away with it. It was good defense at the mid-court, but a foul has been called. That was a good trap from the Lions, but the referee's just thinking it was a bit too much. You have your doubts.
Yeah, I didn't see where the contact was, but again, I'm not a ref, so I can't comment too much. But to me, it looked like it was a good strip. Maybe the action of the swipe down rather than a swipe up is what he's looking at there.
Breakers shooting 50% from the field in this game. Lions at 37. Freckleton. Spencer calling for it at the other side, gets it. Not the best pass in the world. The extra pass to Asikia. The bounce pass to Spencer, and might have been one pass too many there, but shot clock was winding down as well. Some nice passing from the Breakers, but
you almost wanted a continuation of play there. That pass from Spencer was really, really nice.
Owen Young will take a seat for the Lions. Freckleton inside.
Mismatch inside. He got the little guard on him there, and it just overpowered him. Good find.
Mohamed at the top. or excuse me, in the corner, and the ball goes out of bounds. That'll stay with the Lions. Almost sensed a desperation offense there. One pass, shoot straight away.
Yeah, if UEL fall into that trap and make this a scrimmage, then it's the game's done. They need to stay composed, trust in Delgado, trust in their offense, trust in their sets, and claw back this game bit by bit. The game's still got another half to play and still another 3 minutes and a quarter.
Edwards at the top. Mohammed driving at new. Finds a bit of room inside. Good defense though from Freckleton.
Great help defense from playing there. Great help defense.
Here is Spencer, and another foul has been called. Both teams now nearing the penalty. In fact, the Lions are now in the penalty, so that'll be 2 shots. That's a 5th foul on Sharp Kelly.
The problem is there, Lions are they're getting a bit desperate. Rather than just playing the solid defense and seeing what happens once he's picked up the ball, they're looking for the steal. They're looking to get these little steals rather than just being honest. They're looking for these little steals, and that's what happened there. They grab in, they put their arm in, they get their hand stuck in the cookie jar, and they end up at the line. So, which means the lead's going to increase even more. Milton
Keynes up double digits at the moment, and 6 of 8 from the foul line as well. And I think, out of bounds. Travis Edwards just stepped out of bounds right in front of the Lions bench. As Mike Wolf prepares to check back in for the team from the capital. Here is Spencer. Great support here at the National Basketball Performance Centre from Milton Keynes. They travelled up this morning from the M1. Here is Freckleton in the corner, short.
I'm not sure how long a 2-3 zone is going to last against Milton Keynes, if I'm really honest.
Well, Lions have been playing at a zone most of this season. Nice pass again from Delgado, but Sharp Kelly couldn't hang on to it. And another turnover from the Lions as we come up to the final 2 minutes of this half, and already that's the 8th turnover from the Lions.
Yeah, it feels like it's nervousness because the passes aren't bad passes for some of these turnovers. Yeah. They're actually good passes. It's more them wanting to catch the ball and be confident in making.
It's the execution, isn't it?
Exactly that.
Yeah.
Exactly that.
The off-ball movement has been really good, but it's the final product so far that has just been slightly lacking, and certainly something that Coach Foyes will be working on at half-time as Sekia misses the short 2, and away comes Edwards. Edwards driving, and good defense there from Gregory, and away come the Breakers again. Spencer, Freckleton for 3, splash! They're running away with it right now, the Milton Keynes Breakers.
And a few of the UEL heads are dropping. They're starting to feel sorry for themselves, which needs to be addressed quickly, or this could get out to be 40, 50 points.
Sharp Kelly a 3, that's long, a 21-point lead for the Breakers here before half-time. Coach Padel Patel is going to be so happy with what he is seeing as Sekia misses the 3 in the other corner. And here comes Mohammed.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I've seen Will Hitz shoot 2 threes today, and he's missed both. I watched him in the ABL final, and he was cooking. I think he missed 2 shots all game.
Sharp Kelly again for 3, misses another one. He's now 0 for 3 from downtown. New Junior almost saw an opening. Spencer kicks it out. Freckleton wide open again. Milton Keynes just can't miss right now.
No, they can't. And Blaine's telling the coach for UEL to get number 5 out of the game, and he can't guard him.
There's about a 4-second differential between shot clock and game clock to end the half. Here is Wolf. Sharp Kelly. And again the shot clock violation. Consecutive turnovers for the Lions, and that's the second time they've not really looked at the shot clock.
but that comes from the bench. A couple of times this season we've had our own shot clock violations, and it comes from the bench. If the bench don't signal you're into 10 seconds, that's the issue.
Still 3.1 seconds left in this half, and Milton Keynes Breakers firmly in control, 50-26 to the good. Freckleton, final seconds, new junior, and a whistle has gone. I think that might be 3 shots. Sharp Kelly with a really reckless contest. I think that's going to be 3 shots. No, actually, no, the referees are waving it off.
However, that decision...
That could have come after the shot clock.
The decision,
the game clock.
The foul was there, but the decision to go and try and block the way he blocked there comes from Jordan and Blaine during back to him after consecutive made buckets. That's a decision of a young player getting frustrated, and that's what happens there. Luckily, he got away with it and there's no foul, but that's the reason, is because it's the dark arts. But hoopers do that. They get under people's skin, and if you're young, that's what happens. So he needs to go, collect himself, calm down, and have the second half.
So as we see the replay there of that final play right in front of the Milton Keynes bench and fans. And originally a foul was called, but then they waved it off. But either way you look at it, we enter half-time with the Milton Keynes Breakers up 50-26 over the UEL London Lions in the first of 3 games here today at the fantastic National Basketball Performance Centre here in Bellevue, Manchester. Always a fantastic occasion being here for finals weekend. And Will, even though you joined us for the National Cup finals weekend in January, this is your first finals weekend.
Yeah.
So how are you feeling right now?
It makes me hate COVID even more, because we should have been here a couple of years ago. But yeah, I'm loving it. I really enjoyed the national final, but watching this so far, the atmosphere, the loudness, the hype, is a great thing to be a part of. So I'm really looking forward to the rest of the weekend.
Well, what I'm going to do, I'm going to let you go and join Darren for the halftime show. But it's halftime here at the National Basketball Performance Centre in Manchester. The Milton Keynes Breakers lead 50-26 over the UEL London Lions. And Darren, all on you to talk about what has been a fantastic half of basketball so far. Well, we're just waiting for Darren to have his cue as we see the highlights of the first half. And now we're going to Darren.
Thank you very much, John. Really appreciate that. Yeah, half-time here at the National Basketball Performance Centre. Milton Keynes up 50-26 over the UEL London Lions. Alongside me, Will Reid. Will, no rest for the wicked today, no rest for you, and no rest for these UEL London Lions defenders. Just talk to us about what we've seen in this first 20 minutes.
I think it sums up the points difference. It sums up Jordan Spencer only has 2 points.
Yeah.
It sums up just how much offensive power that Milton Keynes have, that Jordan Spencer only has 2 points in this game.
And they came late. They came late in that second quarter of action as well.
Exactly. I believe what UEL need to do now is Delgado can't come off. In my opinion, he has to play and run their team for the rest of the game. Just to have some structure about them. They lost their way. They started off really strongly. They did the right things, but then as soon as Milton Keynes figured out an answer, they went away from it. And I think that's where they've kind of let the lead slip away and slip away and slip away, is they've stopped doing the right things.
Yeah, just talking about Delgado's game, that was a brilliant start to the encounter he had. He went straight at Jordan Spencer, took him one-on-one, drove by him, blew by him.
Exactly.
Opened the basket, and then solid work on defense from Delgado, back up the floor, a lot of chat, and we haven't seen a lot of that since.
Yeah, he started talking, a couple of buckets went in, quietened down. And then the rest of the team, whenever they hit a bucket, I mean, even look at the score, a lot of the UEL players, it's spread across the team. So they can all score, but the problem is they're finding the wrong shots or they're overthinking the right shot. And I've seen that a couple of times. There's a couple of times guys are getting the ball, they're looking to jab step rather than just going, I'm in my shot. Whereas on the other end, you see Blaine's ready into his shot, which is why he's leading at half-time with the scoring.
Is it a case of, and again, we're in the big venue, we're in the big stage here at the National Basketball Performance Centre. Is it a case of, for London Lions, they just need to trust what got them here?
Yes, exactly that. They need to trust what got them here and what they started the game with. Like we were saying, I think, again, the other thing that possibly could be is that they're young. They're a young team, they're a university team by all rights. They're not a programme like Milton Keynes that have got professional players within their depth. They're a university team. So it's an inexperience, whereas Milton Keynes have got the experience, they've got that wherewithal to understand they're going to hit shots, they're going to talk, fine. We know our offence and we know what we can do.
So let's move on to the Milton Keynes Breakers. Where have they seen their success so far in the first 20?
I've been really impressed by Gregory. I was saying on commentary, he's the fifth option on their starting five on offence, but he's the one that's been making a difference inside. He's been banging down low, he's been making sure that he can get those offensive rebounds, make sure he boxes out and gets his defensive rebounds. I'm liking what I'm seeing from Gregory. Mike Nee Jr., if you let him catch the ball in the post, it's automatic. You need to do the work before and make sure that he can't catch the ball and he's distressed by catching that ball.
And again, we spoke about him, but Jordan Spencer, we spoke about him pre-game, the career he's had so far, and the game he's had today, he's only just scored those 2 points, but what an impact he's had doing literally everything else.
Exactly that. And that's the thing, when you've got a player like Jordan that we know is a bucket, we know can score, we know can do all of the things. We've seen it in the BBL, we've seen it in America, we've seen it in other teams that he's played in. We know what he can do. The fact that he's able to facilitate the other players around him and make them work and make his teammates better, which is what he's doing, that's all you need from someone like Jordan. You don't need him to get 30 points. He's making the team better around him and they're winning by 24 points. There's nothing else you can ask from him.
No, you started to speak on it earlier. I rather cut across a little bit rudely on Will there. Talk to me about Brain Fackleton. 16 points so far in the contest, and it looks to me like started a little bit quiet, a little bit slow, and has really grown into it as the game's continued.
The problem is with Blaine is you can't leave Blaine open. And this offense that Milton Keynes have had, the ball moves, you've got a post-entry pass, you've got a pass back up to the top. He can do all of those things, and then he's wide open on the other side. There's a couple of times that you've seen Jordan cut into the lane, and Blaine's wide open on the other side. And when a player like Jordan who can see that on the court, leaving Blaine wide open is a mistake, and UEL need to address that quickly.
Is there anything else that you want to see UEL look to address? As you know, there's a lot of basketball left. 20 minutes. It's not insurmountable.
It's not. It's all about the next play. They need to stop worrying about what happened in the last play. Was the foul given? Was it a foul? Wasn't it a foul? It doesn't matter. The next play is what's important. The referees, if the referee's not going to change their mind, I've never seen a ref change their mind in my life. Once a decision's been made, that's the decision. They need to get back to what they know best, and that's playing fast but playing controlled, and make sure that they can get out in transition and that's where they're going to hurt Milton Keynes. Get out in transition and work.
Now, where UEL have been strong so far in the playoff journey is that second quarter. Wasn't the case today, so obviously we're going to be hoping for them, and they'll be hoping, game planning to have a really big impact straight away in this third period.
Yeah, I mean, if they can start the second half strong, they can make all the right decisions, start how they mean to go on, we won't wait for an interesting second half.
Start exactly how they started the first.
Exactly
again,
that.
They sent Milton Keynes to the timeout early. They had a 12-9 advantage. Billy Beddoe got them in. He was not pleased. Spoke it through, and we've seen what's happened since.
That's it. I mean, I've seen Milton Keynes do that a couple of times when I've seen them play the season. I said it on comms. They've got a tendency to start slow and figure out what they're playing against. And once they've figured out who they're playing against, Billy will call timeout. He'll be like, Are you going to play today, or are we going to do what we're doing now?
And that's what he'll say.
And that's
he will say those exact words.
Are we going to play, or are we going to just keep messing around? So they'll turn around, we're going to play. All right, go show me. We're going to run this set, and I want an option off of this set for this person, and we'll run it. And that's what they did. They came back out, they settled down, they went, we're Milton Keynes. What are we doing? Calm down, let's get our buckets.
We got 6 minutes 20 until the resumption of hostilities here in the D3 playoff final, but that's not the only game we've got today. We've got 2 more games after this and 2 more finals tomorrow. What have you made of the experience so far?
I'm loving it. I mean, I was here for the national finals. I really enjoyed that. That was a great experience over the weekend. Today and tomorrow, I can't wait to watch that COB game. Both COB games I can't wait to watch, but I can't wait for that St Helens versus COB second Division 2 game. I really cannot wait to watch that. I think that's going to be high quality basketball. It's going to surprise a few people, so I can't wait to watch that one.
I mean, I think that's what we're going to be in store for all 4 games remaining. And of course, the final 20 minutes here, high energy, exciting basketball played at a very, very high level. That's what we're all about here at the National Basketball Performance Centre for the playoffs.
Exactly.
So back to this one, we've got 5:25 to go before I throw back over to John Hobbs, and Will maybe, just maybe, gets to have a breather and a sit down. I don't know if we'll allow it. That's okay. Just what do you see for the remainder for Milton Keynes? We've spoken about what we want to see from London Lions, of course, and what things they could change. Milton Keynes, are there any tweaks that you think Billy will be trying to make for them?
I think for Milton Keynes, it's more, let's do what's worked. Their post entry, and also they have a little wheel action at the top for a little pin down screen come up for the top for one of their shooters. Keep running those sets, trust in those sets, and they'll be fine. It's defense that I think they're going to have to start worrying about, whether or not they can get back in transition. They're sitting in a 2-3 zone because they now believe that UEL can't shoot. If UEL come out in that second half and they start shooting and they go back to a man, that might be an interesting dynamic. But it all relies on what UEL do. If UEL need to break this team down and get back to what they were doing at the start of the game.
And are there any key individuals that you're looking for in particular in this second half?
I'm looking to see whether Blaine or Mike finishes with a 30-piece. That's what I'm interested to watch. But I also want to see the reaction from UEL, see what Castillo can do, because I think everything will live and die by what Castillo brings to the table for UEL. If they can operate off of him and work with the good options off of him, they should be okay, and they should get back into this game.
Yeah, the one that I'm looking for is Dante Langley. Are we going to see more scoring output from him? He had 73 points so far during the playoff journey. Just 6 today, including the man jam of all man jams. I didn't hear, unfortunately, the reaction, but it must have been something special.
Yeah, it's a grown man dunk, isn't it? That's what you call a grown man dunk. 2 steps, 1 hand, flush, hand above the backboard, above the box, and yeah, it was a nice little dunk. I've seen better, but it was a nice little one.
So, just thinking about, the 50th year of National League competition. I'll have a bit more on that tomorrow, but just how important is it for basketball in this country to have events like this, and like we're going to see with junior weekends coming up as well?
I'm a big advocate that basketball in this country is a sleeping giant. I've said it for years now. I believe England has the possibility, and Britain as a whole has a possibility to be a sleeping giant. So it's great. It's a great experience. I'd like to see more people here, but I'm really impressed with what I'm seeing from Milton Keynes. They've got a few signs that I'm really impressed with. The graphics. I saw one there, Frex for 3, was really cool. And just the support in general. They're all matching. They're all the same T-shirts. Just adds to the atmosphere. So I'm looking forward to tomorrow. I'm looking forward to the rest of today. But this is a great advert for British basketball. It's a great advert for National Basketball League. And yeah, I'm looking forward to the rest of seeing what we get.
Yeah, it's going to be a brilliant remainder of the day and a remainder of the weekend. I'm about to throw it back over to John Hobbs, who's going to take you through all the action in this second half. MK Breakers taking on the UEL London Lions.
Thank you, Darren. Just around 2 minutes to go until the start of the third quarter here in Manchester in the Division 3 playoff final. As you can see, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the Basketball England YouTube channel and catch up on everything that is going on in the NBL England season. And a big thank you to our NBL Live sponsors, Wilson Sports Serve, Dynamic Sports England and Sure Shot, who have been fantastic supporters of Basketball England and the National Basketball League, both men and women. Will Reid is trying to join us in the commentary booth. He's just about tangling some loose wires there. Welcome back, Will. And
I'm back.
You're back on. And you've spoken about it in the halftime report, but for UEL, as they start this third period, they're behind. What is Coach Foy's saying to his team right now as we start this third period? They started off well. They've had a knack of doing that all season long, but they've just dropped apart in the second quarter, allowing Milton Keynes to take this sizable lead.
Yeah, I mean, I think it started when the first rotation. I mean, to me, it looked like it just disjointed them a little bit. I think if they can come out and start the way they started the first quarter and make MK get him on the back foot for the first couple of minutes in that quarter, they might be able to get themselves and chip away at this lead. But Milton Keynes need to just do what they've been doing and they'll be fine. But UEL, if they can disrupt at the start and start chipping away on this lead, hit a couple of shots, get some nice easy looks inside, they should be able to get back into this game.
And Milton Keynes on course for 100 points so far in this game. Of course, they took that second quarter, as you can see, 28-9. It was a struggle for the Lions. 18-0 this year, the Breakers, and 11 of those wins. They scored 100+ points in those games. And for them, they're on course right now if they keep doing what they're doing.
Yeah, I mean, Milton Keynes' offense is going to allow them to score these sort of points. It's whether or not UEL can do the little things like boxing out, can do the things like denying properly, can do those little things, and we can get back into this game.
As Mohamed gets us underway, here is Delgado on the ball. Nearly stolen by Spencer. Delgado sees a bit of room, goes over New. That's tough.
I really like this kid's game.
Langley to New. Gregory backing down. Wolf! And the foul. That's a second three-point opportunity for Luke Gregory.
That's a grown man making a grown man move. Just here, I'm that guy. I'm this big man, you're a child, I'm going to the basket and I'm making a bucket.
Don't think Mike Wolf will appreciate that. A native of Maryland in the United States. Actually had 10 points in the semi-final win against Cobham. And Gregory, as said earlier, came to Milton Keynes from the Coventry Flames, actually went to Coventry University. Hometown kid returning home to Milton Keynes. Young finds a bit of room inside. I think even he was surprised that he had so much room, and he puts it in. Freckleton. Freckleton, the open man was Langley, but good defense there from Edwards, and away come the Lions. Three-pointer from Delgado is in and out. Here is Spencer. Mike New. New, a three. That's off. And Jordan Spencer, that's his 12th rebound of this game, but still only has 2 points.
12 rebounds, I didn't even realise how many rebounds
very
he had
quiet,
there.
Yeah, very
12
quiet,
rebounds.
Absolutely. 3 of them on the offensive board.
But even there, you see on the replay there, it's all about desire, wanting to go and get the ball.
Here is Spencer driving at Delgado. Freckleton. And that's long. New battles over 3 Lions players and gets the ball. Spencer doesn't get it. Gregory on the follow. Another offensive board for the Breakers. New cutting is Langley. And that doesn't go. New again. And nearly another offensive rebound. 4 offensive rebounds in short space from Milton Keynes. Here is Mohamed. Drives at Gregory and gets it to go.
Milton Keynes not scoring on that, but it was a great example of boxing out. No one boxed out for UEL, and all that happened was they kept getting rebounds and kept getting opportunities. They cannot keep playing that way. They have to box out.
Freckleton. New. Freckleton again with 5 on the shot clock. Got to put up something. Freckleton. No good. On the follow again, Gregory.
I keep saying it, box out.
5 rebounds for Luke Gregory to go with 11 points on 6 for 10 shooting. It's an effective performance from Gregory. Here is Mohamed. And Gregory at the heart of it again. 6 on the shot clock, Young in the corner. And again Mohamed gets the offensive board and puts it in at the second attempt. And Mohamed having a great third quarter so far.
Yeah, with this UEL team, there's a couple of guys that seem really up for it and a couple of guys that need to get themselves up for it.
New junior inside to Gregory, himself having a good third quarter, but too long under the basket. Edwards dancing with Spencer. And New junior gets the rebound. Here is Spencer putting the moves on Edwards, and Freckleton has it. New junior, it's a sloppy pass, but it's 2 on 4. Delgado inside, gets it to go. And the UEL Lions just slowly but surely coming back into this. It's now an 18-point game.
This is the thing, I think Milton Keynes are overthinking it a little bit. Just do the right things. If your shot's open, take it, don't overpass.
Biggest lead of the game was 24, another turnover. And away comes Delgado. Spencer is still on the floor and he's hobbling. He fell hard and he's grimacing, as you can see there at mid-court. It was an awkward fall for Spencer. He put the ball round his back and came down hard on that ankle. A second foul on Mohamed at the other end, as Mike Wolf will take a seat. And Nyake Turner will come back into the game Tucker, will come back into the game for the Lions. Spencer is going to carry on though.
The thing with this zone, this 2-3 zone that Lions are playing, it's all well and good playing the zone, but unless they box out on when the shot goes up,
absolutely,
it means nothing.
And they've been playing zone pretty much all season long.
But the thing is, they started in a man, and that's what was working for them.
Spencer, and nearly another turnover. Freckleton has it. 7 on the
That's
shot
a foul.
clock. Gets it to go.
That's
and
a foul. That's a foul.
It's a long 2 for Blaine Freckleton. Delgado can't believe it. As we'll see it on the should see it on the replay. Here it is.
If you see here, it's not any touch. It's for landing space. It's where he's able to land.
Oh, that's a 3 as well.
Coming forward, the way he launched forward, he's not giving Blaine any place to land, and that's why the foul was given.
The referees have corrected it as well. It is a 4-point opportunity, which Freckleton delivers. A career 79% foul shooter in his NBL career, Blaine Freckleton, of course, the majority of which spent in Division 1 with the Thames Valley Cavaliers. Here is Mohamed inside. Tucker, and deflected out of bounds by Gregory, and it will stay with the Lions as Darnell Sharp-Kelly comes back into the game, and Bilal Delgado will take a seat.
Be interesting to see how he reacts after his first half, which wasn't the greatest. We'll see how he reacts in his second half, whether we can bring something to this UEL team.
Mohamed. Edwards in the corner, that's short. Here is Spencer. New junior with a bit of room inside. Short jumper is money. And the Lions only shooting 3 of 15 from downtown. A lot of their success has come inside. Another turnover. Lions nearly got it back. And quite a scrappy possession on both ends there from both sides.
Yeah, and I think UEL needs to recognise who's an option and who's not, because Milton Keynes there in that last offense, they just stepped right off of certain guys. So they need to start looking at that and address it.
Tucker. Edwards looking for options. Mohamed, who likes to receive the ball at the top of the key, fighting off New inside. Great
Good
pass. And Sharp-Kelly with the finish.
I really like Mohamed's game. Really, really do. Wide open.
Freckleton a 3. That's long.
That's a let-off.
And that'll be Milton Keynes' ball. That came off Mohamed last. He couldn't hang on to it.
That's a let-off. You don't leave Blaine open.
For all his involvement in this game, Mohamed, 7 points, 5 rebounds. You'd think he got a little bit more. Here is Freckleton, a 3,
See?
money. 63-38 to the Breakers.
I don't understand. He's on 20 points, and you don't fight over a screen to try and get your hand out to him and leave him open.
Here is Edwards. Edwards, a foul has been called. Milton Keynes Breakers up 63-38. We understand there's been a score graphic issue which has been resolved now. With the action so fast and furious, we didn't even realise there was no scoreboard graphic. As you see on the screen there, Chris Kufos coming into the game for the Lions, and Naeki Turner's short cameo ends on there. He comes back to the bench. As we just have a shot clock issue that we are now, the table officials are just trying to deal with.
There's a little bit of foul trouble for Delgado, which is what I'm understanding is probably the reason why he's on the bench with 3 fouls. Wolf with 3 fouls as well. He's only got 2 points, but his presence can be disruptive. So with 2 of your main guys on the bench is going to be an issue down the stretch.
And at the other end, Milton Keynes Breakers with only 1 team foul so far. Only Jordan Spencer and Dante Langley, and they're not even in foul trouble. They have 2 fouls. That's all that Milton Keynes have had all game. Yeah. So they've been very professional in that end.
Exactly that, and I think that's the difference at the moment is that key word, professionalism. And that's how Milton Keynes are going about this game at the moment. They're just being professional.
Of course, this season playing out of Bletchley Leisure Centre, which was the former home of the Milton Keynes Lions before they revamped it. It looks a very impressive facility. As Dante Langley hit the corner 3 at that end. Here is Mohammed putting the moves on New Junior inside.
Yeah.
And the foul is called. Late whistle, but a definite foul. You could see it there. New Junior getting a bit of the wrist.
I'm guilty of this as well, and I love a swipe down. But as a big, when you swipe, the refs are going to call it every single time. And he swiped down, just got the arm a little bit there.
And now Mike New Jr. joins Jordan Spencer and Dante Langley on 2 fouls. But thankfully the Breakers not in any real foul trouble. Only their 2nd team foul of this 3rd period with 3:32 remaining and up by 27. As Mohammed makes the first free throw, and this is only their 9th and 10th trip to the foul line today. They're so far 5 of 9. Make that 5 of 10, so 50% from the charity stripe for the Lions. As the sea of Breakers fans in red making a lot of noise. New inside, misses everything. He wanted a foul. And Spencer steals it off Delgado, and away come the Breakers. New inside, gets it to go, and a foul. Brilliant transition basketball from the Milton Keynes Breakers, and it all started with a good steal there from Jordan Spencer.
But again, this is where inexperience comes in. This is where inexperience comes in. As Delgado, as UEL get a timeout. The ball movement again from Milton Keynes is just professional. They're looking for just the right shot. Pass back, there again. It's needless. The foul's needless. You don't need to make the foul. He's already beaten you. If he makes the layup on the reverse side, he makes the layup. You don't need to foul. You're down 20. You're down 28, and you're making a soft foul like that. If I was the UEL coach and it was me, that guy's sitting back down on the bench.
New Junior now moves on to 20 points. Blaine Freckleton leads all scorers with 23. 3:07 remaining in the 3rd quarter, and Milton Keynes, they started slowly in this 3rd quarter but have picked it up and now have their biggest lead of the game at 28 points.
That's it. Looking at Milton Keynes, they've just done what they need to do. It's just professional. It's just been professional, and that's all they need to do is just be professional, get through this next quarter in 3 minutes and 7 seconds, and they're the NBL Division 3 champions.
And moving on from the Division 3 final at 3:30, myself and Caroline Bullock will be calling the Division 2 women's final between the Sheffield Hatters 2 and the City of Birmingham Rockets. Of course, that'll be on the Basketball England YouTube channel. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe and tune in to what will be an enthralling women's final, something that we've been talking about quite a lot in the last few days.
Yeah, it is. I can't wait for that matchup. It's going to be a very intriguing matchup to watch. But right now we've got a new junior at the line, and let's see if they can make this a 29-point game.
Of course, as we said early in the first quarter, Mike New Jr., his father, Mike New Sr., played for the Milton Keynes Lions, and they've stayed in Milton Keynes ever since moving from Canada. I'm starting to feel a bit old saying that Mike New is now Mike New Sr. I actually remember him when he first came into the country playing in the British Basketball League. Kufos puts in a three. Just what the Lions needed. But they need a few more of them. As Freckleton at the other end. That's off right.
But again, he's wide open again.
On 23 points so far, Blaine Freckleton. Edwards, who's been quiet so far, gets it to go. That's 8 points for Travis Edwards.
But there's a little bit more movement, a little bit more determination, a little bit more purpose.
And Spencer's three, and he came down hard again on that ankle, and he's moving very gingerly, as Coach Badel Patel will probably have seen as well. Here is Kufos, shakes and bakes, misses the three.
Gotta make it, you gotta make it.
And away come the Breakers at the other end, and a foul called at mid-court. And Coach Badel Patel has got to see that Spencer is not at 100% right now.
Yeah, he has to. I think Jordan even just muttered to himself, it's like, I might come off here. So you can see there, it's just a little roll.
It's a big roll, yeah. Blaine Freckleton was in his view there, so you couldn't see the grimace, but we certainly saw it.
That's it. He made Mohammed do the splits there, but he rolled his ankle as he came over that.
Freckleton, Spencer misses the first foul shot. And splits the foul shots. And a substitution as Mohammed takes a very deserved sit down, and Mike Wolf comes into the game. And checking in for the first time today, Nathan Robson, who will, just seeing who's coming off, Travis Edwards is going to come off for the Lions. Of course, Nathan Robson played his junior basketball in nearby Hackney for the Hackney Jedis, now playing for the UEL Lions this season. Here is Kufos. Sharp Kelly, way off with his three-point attempt. All four attempts he has made from downtown has been way off. So Milton Keynes giving him a lot of room to shoot, and why not?
Yeah, I mean, and that stems from the first half. I think he made his first bucket and started chirping. And then since then, they've kind of clamped him down and made him make bad decisions by leaving him that wide open. But Delgado's back into the game, so a little bit of familiarity and a bit more cohesiveness might incur now for the UEL team.
Spencer staying on the floor. You've got to wonder, though, I mean, he's still moving slightly gingerly on that left ankle. You've got to wonder, though, you know, will Coach Badel Patel keep him on the floor going into the fourth, or will he rest him for the majority, depending on how big the lead is?
I think if they stretch this out to another 10 points, you may see him go to the bench if they stretch it out for another 5-10 points.
Breakers now starting to move away. Here is Langley, and that came off Robson's head. That will be a Breakers ball, as you see the replay.
Yeah.
Breakers breaking in transition.
Breakers breaking in transition. Love that.
I was waiting for the pun. Freckleton. Spencer.
See, that's better. That's better denial. Much better denial. See, he's up underneath him as well for the shot. Good. Much better defense.
Langley. Step back three. Gets it to go. That was pretty.
Sometimes offense is better than their defense.
It was good defense as well, but as you say, yeah, better offense. Here is Delgado. Robson, stolen by Asiki,
Flight
and he'll
time.
fly up. No, he'll just lay it in. Nice and simple. Just get the bucket.
I've been watching Will for a few years, and every year I see him play, he improves. So and he's only 18. I mean, he won the ABL MVP, and he was a mismatch for most of that game. So him playing with these Milton Keynes boys, playing with Blaine, playing with Jordan, playing with Mike, he's learning a lot as he goes through. So he's one for the future there, Will.
It certainly helps when you have Coach Billy Badell Patel, who coaches the majority of the junior teams as well for the Breakers, playing for your senior team as well. Spencer Langley in the top for three, gets it to go, back-to-back threes for Dante Langley, and Milton Keynes are blowing by the UEL Lions right now.
I think they may break the 100 mark. I think I'm confident in saying they're going to break the 100 mark.
Final 25 seconds of this third quarter, and it has been all Milton Keynes. 26-20 so far, or excuse me, 29-20. They have outscored the Lions. Lions haven't shot the ball very well from downtown. Another steal. Langley breaking in transition. And you can see the frustration, final seconds of the third quarter. Frustration boiling over now on the UEL Lions team as the Milton Keynes Breakers running away with it, 81-46 after three quarters. Blaine Freckleton leading all scorers with 23, and Owen Young leading the way for the Lions with 10.
Yeah, I mean, you look at UEL. I mean, it comes down to that professionalism and that inexperience that they have. That they've allowed themselves to fall into the trap of thinking that it's going to be like all their other games this season, where they can talk and they can still get away with what they want to get away with on the offensive end. And that's not the case. Milton Keynes aren't a team that you can chirp at and not expect to get a three slapped in your face or get a nice entry pass and get some easy layups. Milton Keynes are way too good and way too composed and way too professional to allow what UEL have been able to do.
And one thing that you have said, numerous times in this game, and UEL London Lions have played normally a 2-3 zone press for the majority of the season, and it's worked quite well for them in NBL3, the London region. But against Milton Keynes and their hot shot shooters right now, Milton Keynes are shooting 11 of 28 from downtown. They've had great success from the perimeter. And it all stems from UEL London Lions playing zone defense for the majority of this game.
That's it.
Even though they started quite well and they started in a man.
That's it. They started in the man and it disrupted Milton Keynes. I think Milton Keynes, like you said, they expected to see a zone straight away and it threw a spanner in the works. And it worked. But then they've gone away from that since, and with them going away from it and then going back into that zone, you can't sit in a zone against a team that shoots 45% from the 3-point line. You can't do that. Between 35 and 45%, you can't do it. It's a recipe for disaster. And all that's happened is a mix of that and a mix of not being able to box out on the offensive end or the defensive end has allowed Milton Keynes to stretch this lead out. And then when the lead's stretched out, UEL's heads go down, Milton Keynes won't stop, they'll keep going. They'll keep going and they'll keep going.
But on the other end for the Lions, the positives when you look at the UEL Lions, their team play inside has been very effective. Mohammed has gotten after it on the glass, and they've put points on the board. 46 points, another quarter to go, and just a strong fourth period is needed. And maybe there can be some competitiveness there in the last 10.
The key word is pride. They've got to show now for the next 10 minutes some pride. They can show pride for the next 10 minutes and play within themselves. Lay it all out on the line. It's a season. The season's over. Go and show some pride for the next 10 minutes and make this respectable. And then that's what I would be saying as a coach. Go and make this respectable and go and play with some pride for the next 10 minutes.
As we just have some slight issues starting the fourth period. The table officials just conferring with the referee. Great crowd here today at the National Basketball Performance Centre. A sea of red, as you can see, travelling today from Milton Keynes. There's a few UEL London Lions fans in attendance as well. And what a season the Lions have had. They've come into this as the underdogs, the 7th seed. They've knocked off the number 2 and number 3 seeds to get to this dance today, and they've had, you know, a long road. They had to travel to Teesside to knock off last season's Division 3 winners, the Lions, and they did so in very impressive fashion. So, you know, no shame for them today.
No.
Being here, it's been thoroughly deserved.
They're a university team playing against a on paper Division 1 program. They're not playing against a Division 3 team. They're playing against a Division 1 team, and they've done well to get here. They're not scrubs by any match of the imagination.
Delgado from downtown. Delgado's had a fantastic game.
He's a great basketball player. He's a great basketball player. He understands the game of basketball, and it shows. And he should be playing at a higher level. That's for me. He's the standout for UEL today. He's the standout. He's calling for a travel there, which I think is completely inaccurate. But we'll ignore that one and give him his flowers.
As Dante Langley goes to the line, misses the first. Led the team in the semi-final against Cardiff with 23 points. His family from the United States are present for that game when he dropped 23. He's had 2 40-point games this season. As Delgado misses off the glass, gets his own board and puts it in.
I think the thing for him as well, Delgado, is there's other teams here that'll be looking for players for next season. So it's a great advert for himself to get himself out there by keep going as he gets another rebound.
Again, and here come the Lions again. Good spell this from the Lions, and Edwards puts it in. He now moves into double figures, 11 points.
It's that key word, pride. They've come out in this fourth quarter and they're playing with pride. They're playing with a bit of passion, a little bit more urgency. There you go.
And another stop, and again, here come the Lions. Edwards driving at Freckleton, goes inside. And a foul has been called. In fact, actually a jump ball has been called, so possession arrow will go to the UEL Lions.
But that was a great little bit of defense there. It's subtle defense from Blaine, but he saw the step he was taking up as he was about to gather and just steps himself across to make the angle a lot more difficult as he makes that layup. That was really nice little subtle defense there from Blaine Freckleton.
8:33 to go in the Division 3 final. And the Lions not giving up by any means as Edwards misses everything on that three-point attempt. 84-53 in favour of the Milton Keynes Breakers. Langley finds Freckleton. Freckleton steps inside, puts up a mid-range J and strings it. Nearly a travel there from Young. Delgado picks up his dribble. Mohammed drives inside again, uses a bit of English, misses the layup, gets it again. Mohammed battling 3 Milton Keynes players and a foul is called. And that just sums up Mohammed in a nutshell. So competitive under the basket, around the perimeter. As you said in the early stages of the second period, never gives up on a play ever. He
reminds me a little bit of Silla for Hemel Storm. The way he approaches the game, it's rebounds and just being passionate about what he knows he can and can't do, and doing the right things for his team. His passion there on those rebounds, 3 rebounds in a row that he just grabbed there, and then he got the foul as well, and that's the reward at the end.
As Mohammed makes the foul shot, and it's Milton Keynes up 86-54, early stages of the fourth. Spencer in the corner finds Langley at the top. Langley a 3. Gregory fights for the loose ball, but Mohammed comes up with it. That's Mohammed's 8th rebound to go with 7 points. Or to go with 9 points, excuse me, as Kufos misses the 3. And here is New Junior. Spencer still on the floor for the Breakers. Doesn't seem to have any issues with his ankle now as Freckleton puts in a long 3.
if there's no hand up, it makes like put a hand up. You have the memo. He's got 28. Put a hand up.
Delgado, and I think Mohammed ran out of room, and it's going to be a breakers ball with 6:54 remaining in the Division 3 final. And the Milton Keynes Breakers fans have been in great spirits all game long. Freckleton, another three. That's off the back iron.
He's allowed that one there. That was a heat check.
As Cyrus Cato into the game and gets the offensive rebound for the Lions. Here is Cato at the top. The extra pass to Delgado. Splash. Second three for Bilal Delgado. Spencer. Here is Langley, the extra pass to Freckleton. Good passing around the perimeter from the Breakers. Nice and patient. Spencer blows the open layup. New blows the floater. And it's going to be a Lions ball. Good passing from the Breakers, just the final play was a bit lacking.
Yeah, it was just that little bit of finesse around the rim there. Jordan's looking at a foul call that he feels like he should have had on that missed layup. But Mike Moody Jr. there's got to just have that little bit more finesse to finish that play off.
Delgado's pass finds the Wilson advertising boards, and it will be a Breakers ball. Coming towards the conclusion of game 1 of 3 here today. Of course, following on from this game, the Sheffield Hatters 2 against the City of Birmingham Rockets in the WNBL Division 2 final. Join myself and Caroline Bullock for what should be an intriguing second game here in Manchester. Here is New Junior, step back.
Good defense.
Keeps his dribble alive. Fantastic defense from Edwards, but Gregory inside.
Good defense, better offense there. Great pass to find the big man inside.
Mohammed. Delgado, another three, and goes a bit cold from outside. Here is Spencer in transition. Freckleton. 5:18 remaining, and the Breakers now take a 93-57 lead. And something that you've been mentioning to me off camera and off comms as well, and something that has actually continued in this game, is Milton Keynes lead big, 5:18 remaining, 93-57. The reigning MVP of Division 3 East, Jordan Spencer, only has 3 points in this game, and he's had a bit of an injury concern that started in the latter stages of the third quarter going into this period, but having only 3 points, you know, it just proves the power that Milton Keynes have right now. You know, they have 4 players in double figures right now.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the likes of Gregory, who, as I said, was like their last option on the starting 5, he's out there with 16. Blaine's got a 30 piece for himself. Langley and New Junior got 20 and 18 apiece. There's so many offensive weapons for the Milton Keynes in that starting 5. Then you got guys like Will coming off the bench, who's a young athletic player. So it's great for Milton Keynes and an advert for next season.
And at the other end, the UEL Lions, Bilal Delgado now leading the way with 16 points. He's having a fantastic fourth quarter so far. Yeah,
of course. I mean, Delgado, as I said, for the UEL, is their standout. The one thing I would say is I'm surprised that Young hasn't seen the ball a little bit more. Or there's some plays that's not been run for him, because he is a great shooter. He's got great form. He leaves his hand up in the right way. His form's beautiful. So he's been looked off a couple of times, and maybe a little bit of lacking of faith in his shot, consistency.
I was so happy that our cameraman Ralston put the action back on and not looking at us as Cyrus Cato makes his first field goal. A player who has really embraced the 3x3 game in this off-season. He's played in a number of tournaments alongside BBL players as the ball goes out of bounds. As Bawai Luak, part of the Milton Keynes Breakers Academy, into the game for the first time. And yes, Cyrus Cato, going back to him, as said, has embraced the 3x3 game, and has appeared in a number of summer events, including the Hoops Fix Pro-Am, so definitely one to look out for. And here he is playing defense on Langley and stands his ground as Mohammed grabs another rebound. That's 9 rebounds for Mohammed. Here is Cato, finds Ayodele back into the game for the Lions. Passing just a little scrappy, but they keep the ball with 7 on the shot clock. Delgado again off the glass, doesn't get anything to go, and here comes Spencer in transition. Full head of steam, loses the ball, and again falls hard, and he's grimacing again.
He plays at 100 miles. When he's going downhill, it's very hard to stop. And I just worry for his ankles in this last few minutes of the game.
Well, it is the final game of the season, I guess.
That's it. I think he's upset with himself only having 3 points as well. I think it's a rare occurrence that happens for someone like Jordan Spencer.
For being the ultimate team player that Spencer is, and he's played a number of seasons in the BBL, for the London Lions, it doesn't matter if you score 3 points, 0 points, 30 points. Your team are winning. That's
it. We have that philosophy as well at Northampton Lions. It's not about who scores the most; it's about the W column. And if you win, that's all that matters.
As you just saw, Bawai Luak in your picture there, a player that is part of the academy, actually celebrated his 18th birthday with a National Cup win against the Manchester Magic in December. Had quite a highlight dunk that I believe went viral on social media as well.
See that's a little bit of inexperience on his behalf there. He had the sideline as a defender, and he just stepped over a little bit more just to cause a soft foul.
.4:17 remaining so far in this fourth quarter. Edwards a 3, short. Spencer skies for the rebound. 16 rebounds for Spencer. Puts up a 3 and puts it in. 6 points now for Jordan Spencer.
That's what he's been doing all season.
Oh, he stepped on the line. That's actually a 2-pointer. We'll have to see a replay of that in a minute, but here is Edwards. As Coach Bidel Patel will use his bench again, and Scott Graves coming into the game for the first time for the Breakers, and a player that made his debut actually in an exhibition game earlier in this season against the Barking Abbey Lions as one of the, I think it was just one of 2 games, or 1 game actually, that Milton Keynes played that ended up as a 20-0 forfeit. That was against Bury St Edmunds in their second game of the season. So Barking Abbey filled in, and that's where Graves made his debut.
Yeah, I've played against Scotty in local league, in a local competition, and that's his go-to.
Gets his first field goal.
That's his go-to. That's his go-to. Is that it plays it very simple, big presence inside.
And the triple digits is up. The 100 is up for the Breakers for the 13th time this season in all competitions. Inside, Cato for 2. Lions not going away. They're going to fight until the end of the buzzer.
That's it. Just play with some pride now for the last 3 minutes. Show you deserve to be here.
Spencer again. Now he's smiling. Now he's laughing. As the Breakers breaking away to Division 3 glory. Just 2 minutes and 40 seconds remaining for them. Freckleton, they all want a piece of it. And the ball goes out of bounds. It will stay with the Breakers. And Eric Arenga coming into the game for the first time. Another player who made his debut in that exhibition game against Bury St Edmunds, a native of the Philippines. And of course, we all know, Philippine basketball it's like a religion over there. Such a huge sport, basketball.
Yes, it is.
And here is Arenga on the ball now.
Yeah, I mean, I watched him in the ABL final, and he was a very, very good point guard.
Freckleton again, off the feed from Arenga.
There you go. So, I mean, he's a great facilitator, and again, playing with the likes of Jordan and Blaine.
And a reply from Robson. Now the three-pointers are flying in.
I think we're going to have a scrimmage for the next 2 minutes.
Freckleton, why not? Again, Blaine Freckleton! 36 for Freckleton.
I think Blaine's just give himself the MVP with that one.
And a rebound for Freckleton as well. Oh, they want it. He wants it. Again! Blaine Freckleton is out of his mind! 39!
I'm laughing at that one because he looked at Mike. Mike looked at him, he winked, he got the ball back, and he shot that from near half court.
8 for 17 from downtown for Blaine Freckleton. Throw in 6 rebounds and 2 steals. I think we now know who the MVP is of this game, barring a miracle. Blaine Freckleton looks like he's been in a league of his own today.
Yeah, he's been, again, but it's down to the recognition. He took the open shots, he took the right shots, and he's made it easy on himself, but trusting in what he can do. And he is a clip, he is a shooter. You have to have a hand up, and he just makes those open jumpers. It's beautiful to see. It's really nice to see the camaraderie between Milton Keynes through that as well. It was telepathic. Blaine brought the ball over.
You knew it, didn't you?
You knew it was coming over.
Yeah.
Blaine brought the ball over half court. He looked at his teammate looked at him, he winks at his teammate, he got the ball back, no one around him, I'm shooting this, nice easy shot.
It's certainly been raining at Blaine Freckleton threes today. Just the live stats have actually corrected, it's 10 for 19 from downtown for Blaine Freckleton in this game. That was his 10th three-pointer. Absolutely phenomenal. 39 points.
That's it. And I mean, the Milton Keynes fans know because they've got a big sign with Frex 3 on it. So,
and what was funny was even when the Milton Keynes Breakers players were arriving, Blaine looked at you and said, "I'll see you later for the MVP interview."
That's it. That's it.
Here is Robson. Robson has been coming alive a little bit in this fourth period as well. Here is Cato for 3. And
I did ask Blaine before the game how many. He went, at least 30. I was like, okay, we'll see.
As Ediromu is into the game as well for the first time. Here he is again! And he's gone cold now. That was his 20th three-point attempt of this game.
Well,
when you're hot, you're hot,
when
right?
you're hot, you're hot. And when you're just under 50% with it, you might as well keep shooting it.
And Blaine Freckleton to a standing ovation from the Milton Keynes Breakers fans and bench. Final minute of what has been a glorious season for the team from Milton Keynes. Cato inside, no good. And Tucker misses everything, and Arenga nearly got the steal. Robson. Nice pass, but unfortunately for Cato, he was out of bounds. As we are 34.8 seconds away from the end of the Division 3 season, and it's only deserving that Milton Keynes get the plaudits for what has been a tremendous season for them.
Yeah, and I like the fact that now you've got on the floor, it's all the kids and it's all the kids on the court that have been working so hard in the under-18s. They're getting their reward now by being us playing this national final.
Ethan Radcliffe, the other former junior, the only junior player, as Cato will just let the clock run. And in Division 3, it's been the Milton Keynes who have broken away from the pack. The Milton Keynes Breakers, Division 3 playoff champions. Perfection personified. As you see the Milton Keynes Breakers celebrating at their end, just giving a huddle there before they will surely turn away to their fans. What a fantastic season Milton Keynes have had. 18-0 in the season. They reached the National Cup semi-finals, agonisingly being beaten out by the eventual NBL Division 1 League champions, Hemel Storm. But they pushed them all the way. Sort of typical in a way that Milton Keynes, who many believe are a Division 1 standard team, would reach the Cup semi-finals. They defeated the Bradford Dragons, Team Newcastle and the Manchester Magic on their way to nearly toppling the Hemel Storm. But in Division 3, they've been quite simply in a class of their own, and it was proven here today against a UEL London Lions side who have absolutely nothing to be ashamed of. What a season they have had. They topped the NBL London region in Division 3 with a 15-3 record. They were the number 7 seed coming in. They defeated the Teesside Lions in the Northeast 71-62 before beating the Cobham Cobras in a narrow 71-68 win in the semi-finals. As Darren has Coach Billy Bedell Patel of the Milton Keynes Breakers. Take it away, Darren.
Thank you, John. Joined by, of course, Billy Bedell. What a performance from your outfit today. A 113-67 win, and you've just done what you've done all year.
Pretty much, yeah. Thank you. Appreciate it. It was it felt like a home game because of all the crowd who came and everything like that, so we celebrated it like a home game. The guys played really, really well.
We spoke a little bit before game, but what was your mentality coming into today's game?
Luckily, we've got a lot of guys with a lot of experience, a lot more than me. So they kind of carried us into this. They prepared for finals before. You know, I've only had kind of my first 2 this year. So they pulled us through. We've had a really good week of practice as well. They took the scout professional. You know, we didn't relax at any point. We wanted to go all the way through the season.
And, you know, second half in particular, it was a bit of a party behind you guys. Obviously, you made fans with your fans. Obviously, this side as well, big party, and on the floor. I mean, just, you know, how does it feel managing in that situation where guys are just having fun?
Yeah, honestly, like, we play better in 2 scenarios, when we're enjoying ourselves and when the other team start talking a little bit. And both of those things happen today, and it brings out the best in the guys. Like, they really do get after it.
Talk to me a bit about how big this is for basketball in general, and in Milton Keynes, of course, which is a bit of a hotbed of basketball historically.
We had a really good club in Milton Keynes, obviously, and when they left and this club was started by Pete Taylor and Josh Merrington, I came 2 years ago, and we had 300 kids playing basketball. We've now got 900 kids playing basketball every single week. Our community base is amazing, and now we're starting to get some of those kids come and see Jordan Spencer, Blaine Feckleton, Dante, Mike, you know, all of these guys play every single weekend. We're building a basketball culture again in Milton Keynes, and it feels right. It feels good to kind of pay back to those who've come from Milton Keynes, Nigel Lloyd, Mike New, you know, those kind of guys. It's an homage to them as well.
All right, Billy Bedell, massive congratulations.
Thank you.
Champion, and we'll see you next year. Good luck.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Darren, as the presentation is about to begin with Basketball England CEO Stuart Kellett. And it's been a great season for the UEL Lions. I was saying it just before you went away. You know, the number 7 seed overall, finishing top of NBL3 London region with a 15-3 record, just about finishing top over Cola, Suffolk Pride in their differential. Nothing to be ashamed of. It's been a fantastic season for them.
That's it. I mean, they've got. They showed that they had the passion and pride at the end of the game, and they kept working hard. Again, they're a university team that's managed to get themselves all the way to a national final. They need to be proud of that fact. They need to be proud of the fact that they've won their conference. They need to be proud of the fact that they've worked this hard to get here. And the sky's the limit. They've got some great pieces around them. They all look like their first or second year, so it doesn't look like anyone's in their third year and final year. They've got some great pieces around them. If they can build around Mohamed and Delgado, they'll be great going forward. They'll be really strong next season. Absolutely
led by head coach Roberto Foyes, who actually joked that if he lost this, he might actually quit coaching altogether. He did joke that, but he's really been proud of how his players have conducted themselves this season. As you see the Lions just grabbing their runners-up medals from Basketball England CEO Stuart Kellett. As said, they beat the number 2 and number 3 seeds to get to this playoff final. So unquestionably, they've had one of the hardest roads out of the 10 teams playing in this finals weekend. Led by coach Roberto Foyes and assistant coaches Dave Greenaway, of course, a former WBBL coach with the Nottingham Wildcats and the London Lions, and Flo Larkey, who we all know, a former Great Britain international and probably one of the Great Britain basketball players of the recent memory.
Yeah, I mean, I was talking to Flo before just a bit about the programme and about how they've got a real good ethos and how they want to grow the UEL programme. So it's nice to see what they've been able to put together. Again, as I said earlier, they've got nothing to be ashamed of. They're playing against a team that is effectively, is de facto a D1 team. So be proud of the fact that they got here, be proud of the fact that they've done work this season, be proud of the fact that they've done some really good work in the Bucks, and look forward for next season.
And fantastic sportsmanship from the London Lions players going over to the Breakers players to congratulate them. There's been a lot of trash talk in this game, especially in the first quarter, but Milton Keynes certainly answered that trash talk with action, and Milton Keynes Breakers will now receive their winners' medals on what has been a fantastic season. No team in NBL3 has come close to dethroning the Milton Keynes Breakers, and a surefire promotion into Division 2 next season is on the cards for Milton Keynes, and who knows, maybe going from there, Division 1.
I mean, next season, if they keep the same core and they can add a couple of pieces to it, a little bit more shooting, a little bit more rebounding, they'll be unstoppable in Division 2.
Jordan Spencer, who had a quiet game today, points-wise, only had 10 points, but pulled down 16 rebounds and had 12 assists. It was actually a triple-double for Jordan Spencer, as the live stats have just been updated. What a quiet triple-double for Jordan Spencer today. But either way, Milton Keynes Breakers can celebrate a Division 3 championship. And it's unanimous. Blaine Freckleton, who called it before he even arrived in the venue, is Division 3 playoff MVP. 39 points, 10 for 20 from downtown, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals. Congratulations to Blaine Freckleton, MVP of the Division 3 playoff final. He called it right in front of you.
He called it. We spoke literally as he just started warming up, and I was like, 30 or 40 piece, and he said, I'll give you a 30 piece, and you nearly gave me a 40 piece. So I'll be talking to him a bit later about that.
And Jordan Spencer, who had a quiet triple-double, 11 points, 16 rebounds, 12 assists, comes to pick up the Division 3 plaque. Congratulations, the MK Breakers, Division 3 League and Playoff Champions 2022-2023.
Joining us in Manchester, it's been a pleasure to have you here.
And as Will now leaves us on the commentary box, hopefully we'll grab, looks likely to be Blaine Freckleton for the MVP post-game interview.
Officials and statisticians, let's hear it as they
because you don't want to.
Playoff finals.
Next game. 10 minutes. So it turns out we're not going to have a post-game chat with the MVP, so look out for the NBL England social media channels where we will get post-game reaction from the Milton Keynes Breakers. But for now, the highlights of what has been an exciting Division 3 final, where the Milton Keynes Breakers have defeated the UEL London Lions 113-67. My thanks to Will Reid, who will join us for the WNBL Division 2 final alongside Darren in just a moment. But congratulations to the Milton Keynes Breakers. Commiserations for today for the UEL London Lions, but congratulations on a fantastic season. I'm John Hobbs. Thank you for joining us, and keep it locked here on the Basketball England YouTube channel. Till next time, we'll be back in just a few minutes.